Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transport. So I'm working on the railings for the small Jouef country station, the Chapelon-Crosti station, which is actually the Jouef Villeneuve station, reference number 1985. So last night's video I showed you I had positioned various benches and things. I've decided to paint them green, which is typical colour for benches, and considering that these railings here are particularly decorative with lots of like fine kind of wrought iron, so these could be cast iron railings by the design, not the usual concrete ones. I decided that these ones here would be left white, but I painted them green. Now I want to show you how I paint this rather intricate pattern just by using a brush, of course. And I've left, well, I pre-fitted them together last night using Tamiya cement, and I painted these ones here, and then so we're going to work and paint them and do the job right now together, at least on one of them. Okay, so what have I got here? Some green, dark green Tamiya, deep green, code 7970, so 70 or 970, and deep green or verde oscuro, this is Spanish. And I've diluted that. I made it quite wet because we want to be able to wet this stuff here well. It doesn't have to be thick, it has to be wet, so quite liquid. So you can see that the texture is quite liquid. I'm going to, my brush is already wet, so I'm going to give it another wee dab in the water and then just go in here, and there it is, nice and wet, nice wet brush. See that it's not too wet. Okay, I'm adding a pair of glasses on, and we're just going to work right away. I hope I'm not going to cover things with my hands. Just a minute, there's other stuff on here. I think it's too wet. I've diluted it too much. Let's put a spot of paint in here, because I gave a second coat to the benches before. Okay. Right. Oopsie daisy, that's a computer that's about to conk out. Plug it in. There. Okay. Oops. I should have maybe made it a bit thicker. I'm going to have to make it thicker. Okay. Okay, that's a correct texture. Yeah. You'll see that the problem is that when I go and paint it like this, all the railings, lattice work, it's all caked up with paint. So how are we going to sort that out? good thick, a good covering layer on there, making sure that everything's covered. Okay. Trying to see that you can make sure that you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. Right, I've given it a coat of green, and now I'm going to take a piece of perfume tester, and I'm just opening all the railings like that. There we go. And then again I have to cut it off because it's saturated, so I'll just cut that off and just go in again. There we go. And that way that's clean, you see? There we go. So that's the railings done. Now we have the lattice work at the top. I'm using a piece of chrome plated copper wire, modelling wire, and I'm just going in here in each one of these, the holes, and I'm just bursting the film of paint. Go in one at a time. Of course, what I have to do, I have to wipe the bit of wire clean, because then it's covered in paint and it starts spreading it around, and that's not the goal of what we want to do. We want to eliminate it. There we go. Okay. Being quite the paint's liquid, so anyway it's going to cling by capillary effect to the plastic, and the plastic will remain painted green. I'm going to have to wipe this here again. Let's make sure that we've got it all. We've got them all free. There we go. Okay, I'd say that's quite nice. There, that's it done. Perfect. So we're going to let this one here dry, and let's have a look at the other one. You have to really give it a good thick coat, because it's better to do this job only once. Okay, it's quite nice. nice cast iron gate fence. So we'll just do the same job, same identical job. Let's cut this bit off. Another nice sharp point on like that. Okay. We'll do the bars. One. Ooh, it got stuck. No, it's going to come unglued. It's coming unglued, this one here. Gently, gently, gently. We have to be very gentle here because it's coming unglued. Okay. Right. This one was starting to come unglued last night when I was working on it. And it was a bit problematic, but I said the paint will hold it fast. Anyway, then it's going to get glued on, and we'll add maybe a spot of glue and glaze around the back. Probably when I was working on it last night, it hadn't set enough. Because this is the second one assembled. Let's use the wire again. Do a wee job with the wire. Gently, gently, very gently. We don't want the thing falling out. Ooh, it's on by. It's really. This is a tricky business. I'm going really very gently. Surgical movements. Yes, you can see what I'm doing. Surgical movements. Let's hope it doesn't fall out, fall off. Get out. Oh. Tension. Oh, look at the thing. Okay, let's wipe the bit of wire. Of course, now I'm not listening to music because I'm making the video, but generally I'll be doing this listening to some music. And right now I was listening to Baustelle. Baustelle. It's an Italian group with a German name. Baustelle meaning building site. They're from Siena in Tuscany. Very good group. Okay. Put that out. I think we're good. Yes. I don't know whether great camera work here is probably a bit rubbishy, but anyway, this is a technique to paint this kind of stuff without going completely silly. And I'm just going to touch up the bottom now here like that. And there's some touching up has to be done here as well. And there. And I remember, because this had some artificial grass stuck onto it, it wasn't in great condition. So I'm just going to touch it up, scrape some old glue off it today. I think that will do. Very well. That's it. So we can let this here dry. So that's it. We've got 2 green railings and 3 green benches ready for the station. So these are work in progress videos. Maybe they're not the most interesting ones, but I'm trying to get things done, as many things as possible, because I want to get the layout out, and I want to paint the ground, the road, so hopefully within the end of the year I would like to get the Chapelon-Crosti small layout in service, at least with basics, and then do some train running during these holidays, because I've not had time. Also, having had the flu in the middle of it, it was even worse. Right, cheerio. I've done this. We're gonna set this. Let the paint dry, and then I'll be doing some work on the signal box. I'm gonna do some work on the signal box now, and then an update video on that, on what I'm doing there. Okay, cheerio, and see you next time.